There was a game we used to play when I was little. I'd hide in Maria's closet and watch her put on her makeup. I liked the way she smiled at herself in the mirror and brushed out her hair. Then she'd walk to the closet and open the door and say out loud, I wonder what I'll wear today. Then she'd reach to the clothes and grab me and tickle me. Sometimes if Mama wasn't home, she'd let me try a lipstick. She called me Señorita Rosita. And she smelled like roses. That's what I remember best.
Is there anyone else who would like to share something? Would you please join me in reciting the Lord's Prayer?
There's something I need to say. I've always wanted to think of myself as a good mother, as someone who would always put their children's needs ahead of their own. Maria taught me what that truly means, because she made the biggest sacrifice of all on that plane. And I want you to know, all of you, when her life was in the balance, and when Maria realized that there wasn't enough time to save herself and her child, without any hesitation, she chose her child's life first. And she told me to save Maddie. That was Maria's last wish.
I'm gonna go after him, okay?
Let me.
Brooke's okay?
She can take care of herself.
Well, you have a lot in common. Aren't you going to introduce me to your friend?
Scott, this is Jim Thomasen. He was on the plane with Brooke and the others.
Brooke says some great things about you. Scott Chandler.
Pleasure.
I'm gonna find the ladies' room.
Well, Scott, I'm sure we'll meet again.
Yeah.
Scott, dear, do you think that Laura would be jealous if you were to see me out to my car?
Well, I don't think she'll mind.
Good. Thank you, dear.
I've got to get back to the station.
You have to work?
Yeah, we're putting together a piece of Maria for the evening news.
I'm sure your coming here meant a lot to the family. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. I just wanted to let you know how brave and how fine...
Just shut the hell up! I don't you presume to know anything about my wife. Because if it wasn't for you, Maria would still be alive. You praised Maria as some kind of hero. A dead hero. How comforting.
Maria sacrificed her life to save your child.
You took her seat. If you just stayed where you were, where you belonged, my wife would still be alive. My child would still have a mother.
It was Maria's idea to change seats so that you and I could work.
Oh, yeah, work. It's always about work with you. I heard you went straight from the airport right to the office to turn this into one hell of a cover story.
Because the airlines was jerking me around.
You got a working
I needed
title?
some answers.
How about Terror on Flight 149, huh? Too bad you didn't bring a camera. Could have had those crash-eyed pictures. Maddie being carried out by you. Maria trapped in the plane going over the cliff. Was Maria unconscious? Was she aware of when she was about to die? Now, those are the kind of questions that sell, Brooke, right? Sell a book, maybe a movie of the week. Who should play Maria? What do you think? You got any bright ideas? You got any bright ideas?
I saved your baby's life, and instead of blaming me, you should be damned grateful.
Who are you supposed to be?
Anyone you want.
I want you out of my life.
Is that any way to greet an old friend from home?
We were never friends.
Careful. You'll wake the dead. So young. So beautiful. Such a tragic loss.
Oh, Mike, you really care.
Laura, have you ever tried to picture your own funeral? Wonder what people would say about you when you're gone? I have. Recently.
No one will shed a tear when you're gone, JT. I'll dance on your grave.
The name is Jim, Laura. Jim Thomasen.
It's just another name for dirtbag.
Well, I guess you don't read the papers. I'm a bona fide hero, at least in Brooke's eyes.
What are you doing here?
I came to pay my respects. I was on that plane.
Why? Why were you on that plane with Brooke? You're not in Pine Valley by accident. What do you want from us?
Slow down. I have no agenda here. When I got on that plane, Brooke English was just a pretty lady in the seat in front of me, and Pine Valley was a paycheck, a gig, that's all. I didn't even know you were here. I mean, after our run in New York, I figured you were still hustling in the city. I mean, take a few deep breaths, Laura. Do you really think that I survived a plane crash and watched an innocent woman go to her death? Do you think I was spared so that I could make your life a living hell?
I wish you died on that plane.
Sometimes so do I.
Don't expect me to feel sorry for you.
No. I don't want your pity.
You
Laura.
totally used me. You acted like you were giving me a major break. It's the same thing you're pulling with Brooke. You're getting her to suck up to you like you're God's gift. You act like you're some kind of a savior. You don't save lives. You destroy them.
Well, fortunately, life is more forgiving than you are. It lets you make mistakes and learn from them and move on, and I have. And from what I've observed, you have reinvented yourself with terrific results. Laura Kirk, formerly of Hell's Kitchen, is now the adopted daughter of one of Pine Valley's most respected citizens. Not bad for someone with your background. You're not the same person you were back then, and neither am I. How can you be sure? You can't be. Laura, some things you just have to take on faith. Faith in a human being's unique ability to change for the better. You see, Laura, back in New York, people are so jaded. If you make a mistake, that's it. You don't get another chance. But here, in Pine Valley, it's the kind of town where people can start over. They're free to start over. No one will judge you by what you did. It's who you are now that counts.
You're right. I changed seats with Maria. I can't see the future. I didn't have any idea that the simple act of changing seats with somebody was going to end in your wife's death.
You don't feel the least bit guilty, do you?
Feel guilty for being alive? I thank God every morning that I was spared. And you should too. You should get down on your knees and you should thank God that your daughter Maddie's alive. And you know why she's alive, Edmund? Because of your wife. Because Maria valued your daughter's life over her own. And when she knew that there wasn't time to save both her and Maddie, Maria made a choice. She rose to the occasion, and she made a choice. It was a choice I don't care that only a selfless mother would make under impossible circumstances. She ordered me to save Maddie. She chose her daughter's life over her own, knowing that she wasn't going to live to be a part of it. Dear God, you don't know. You don't know what I would give to have had that choice for my own daughter. Edmund, I am your friend, and I would walk on broken glass before I would hurt you or your family. What happened was cruel, and we all suffered, and you will never know how I felt wanting to save both of them and walking away from that plane with your baby in my arms and knowing I wasn't able to save Marie. You were unconscious, Edmund. You were spared, having to carry out Maria's last wish. And I don't know about you, but I'm telling you, if I find a silver lining, it doesn't matter how thin, I'm going to hang on to it. And this article, it's not about exploiting human tragedy. It's about trying to make sense of what happened, why it happened, maybe to save lives in the future, maybe to prevent another tragedy, so that Maria's death, so that all of it counts for something.
You believe that? If it helps you sleep at night. If it lets you live with yourself. You tell yourself what you want. What do you want from me? You want me to thank you? You want me to thank you for sharing your twisted tale of my wife's death with me? Huh? You want me to be grateful? How dare you? You have no clue what it is like to be me. So you take your silver lining and your light at the end of the tunnel and your stupid excuses and you get out of my house! Don't count me among your blessings. I am sick of your smug, self-righteous face.